Vergesst mal dieses Rollstuhl-Ding bitte. Das.
And the good news is that
Digga, Matching, Alter. Digga, du bist im Rollstuhl und fährst in den No-Match-Trap rein. Jetzt! Tschüss, was ist das? Oryx Elite? Hä? Was ist das? Bandit Daniel Bundle. Digga, der ist gerade durch die Wand gerannt. Warum haben die denn jetzt Bandit so einen Bundle gegeben? Hä? Ladies and Gentlemen, Season Reveal. Ich durfte es schon spielen. Shoutout an Ubisoft. War sehr, sehr geil. Hab leider die Videos vergessen aufzunehmen, aber trotzdem vielen Dank.
Let's kick it off with an overview of the season from Creative Director Alexander Karpazis.
Ah, Alexander den KeTo, oder? Das ist doch der Atze da, ne? Das ist doch diese eine Atze, ne?
Year 9 Season 3 is all about Operation Twin Shells.
Na, okay, Versprechungen.
Operation Twin Shells is all about the new operator.
Versprechungen.
Skopos.
Skopos!
This is Curie Galanos, who's one of the original operators from Rainbow Six. And she comes with 2 shells that she can control. This is a testament to the creativity of the game and the talent of our team to come up with unique operators like
Was?
this.
Man fährt gar keinen Rollstuhl. Was?
We're also introducing updates to anti-cheat and anti-toxicity, which is a major priority.
Let's talk about an important topic right off the bat. Cheating and toxicity are not just concerns for you, they are critical issues for us as well.
Yeah.
To address this, we've restructured our team to dedicate even more resources
Tokyo Drift in
to
Rainbow,
these
Digga, auf einmal.
challenges and
Skoyo
upcoming
Drifting
player
Top White.
protection projects.
Lancelot Seiji or what? Player Protection. Ah, da meine. Da werden meine Lauscher hoch.
We have more than just one security system in place.
Jetzt bin ich gespannt.
More than just battle lie. We have 6 detection systems running at any given time, so that we can catch cheaters. And we're constantly improving these systems.
Ja, klar.
On top of this, we want to talk about a pillar as well for our anti-cheat, which is binary hardening. Binary hardening is the act of obfuscating and making it harder for cheat makers to access the game. Think of it like a giant library,
2 Minuten
where a cheat
Werbung.
maker is trying to find a specific book. For us, we'll be trying to change that book's location as much as possible. And even on top of that, changing the shelves and the entire library so that it's as confusing and as hard for a cheat maker as possible, so that in the end, they cannot effectively make cheats for our game. When it comes to Siege Cup, for those that have won and have cheated, they will be banned.
No way!
Of course, their teammates will have access revoked from Siege Cup as well, ensuring that competitive integrity remains in Siege.
Digga,
Another area of improvement is time to
crazy.
ban. 75% of bans are happening 12 hours sooner now. And this is something that we'll be working on in the future to reduce that time as much as possible.
Na gut, ich meine,
As you may have seen,
12 Stunden von 3 Monaten ist so ein Ding. Er ist immer noch nicht gebannt. Er ist immer noch nicht gebannt. Wie ist er noch nicht gebannt? Redbot 97 ist immer noch nicht gebannt.
This is why we decided to overhaul it. It means reviewing its structure, the action that are feeding it, and the in-game UI.
Okay.
The system will remain in beta. It means no impact on standing until we are 100% confident it meets your and our standards of transparency, understandability, and clarity.
Plus, game director Joshua Mills is here to talk about boosting the abilities of your drones.
Was?
In new season, we are introducing post-action report in a completely new dimension. Instead of operator cards, there will be a new screen with teammates
bringing back the old thing.
Located on the same map they just played.
Das ist so geil.
Here they can command teammates.
Das ist strong. Das ist strong.
On the next screen, instead of sequence of separated tabs, all progression like crank, clearance, battle pass. Also,
ja, okay, das sieht geil aus. Also besser als das, was wir jetzt haben.
Drone Boost is a new feature coming to our attacker lineup. The goal here is to continue to reinforce our attackers, make sure they have the tools to get the job done. Intel is king in Siege, and keeping your drone alive is crucial to getting that intel. Some of the changes we do to
Junge,
help
Tokyo
with that,
Drift auf einmal.
We want to give more power to our players.
Am Zoomen. Zoomen.
So drone boost means you can actually boost your drone a maximum of 3 times. 3 seconds per
das ist aber
boost.
geil
You can
irgendwie.
cancel it mid-boost to quickly evade, quickly close distances, and each boost
Gotta
once
go fast.
expended takes 6 seconds to recharge. Drone Boost isn't limited to just the default.
Sonic Drohnen Skin incoming,
Pledges from
Alter.
Bravo
Real.
Or even Twitch's drone can also take advantage of this feature. If Mozzie happens to get his hands on one of these drones and there's still charges left,
Bruder,
so that's
wie
the key factor
stressig.
here. If there's still charges on that
Oder
drone,
wie stressig
now the
ist
Mozzies
das?
to use.
Wenn du gerade
Drones in Siege
20
is
Sekunden
really focused on their economy.
im Execute
Making
gerade,
sure
du
they
bist
can survive
planten
longer,
und da
or at
kommen
least giving our players the
Echo-Drohnen
ability
angezoomt,
and the
Alter.
tools they need in order to make sure their drones can survive longer. They should be
Bruder,
used more regularly in the
wo ist die
middle and
Echo-Drohne?
late game
Ich
of
seh
the
sie
rounds.
nicht, ich
We
seh
wanna
sie
make
nicht.
sure that you have those tools.
Ich kann sie nicht sehen.
Like competition, this next update is for you. The new Siege Cup beta is coming this season for select players to test their 5 stacks in intense
For select
play.
players?
A new reward system is coming as well
Wait, what?
for both Siege Cup and ranked matches.
Mein Cousin.
Plus, a few more interesting updates that live content director Christopher Budgeon is going to tell you all about.
In Year 9, Season 3, Operation Twin Shells, we're happy to announce the beta of Siege Cup. We made the decision to restrict Siege Cup beta to the PC platform because we can be much more reactive. If something happens with the Siege Cup, we can address it much faster than with other platforms. We really want to launch Siege Cup in its full form in Year 9 Season 4. Competitive integrity is imperative for Siege. That's why having a beta to make sure we can register the squads, formulate the brackets, distribute the rewards, we have to get it right. With Siege Cup, you have to register as a 5-stack, meaning that you have to bring 4 of your friends, get ready to compete until the tournament is over. Once the Siege Cup starts, you're there, committed to the Siege Cup, to play until you get eliminated, or of course, win the tournament. The first Siege Cup will be near the beginning of Year 9 Season 3, and after the finish of the first tournament, we'll run another every 2 weeks for the remainder of Year 9 Season 3.
Okay, kriegt man irgendwas?
In Year
wenn wir
9
gewinnen?
Season 3, we're introducing a new currency called competitive coins.
Was?
Competitive coins are exclusive to our competitive playlist.
Okay.
That being ranked and Siege Cup.
Wait,
get
what?
as far as you can within the ranks, as well as play as many Siege Cups as you can to get competitive coins to open these exclusive packs.
Oh Gott,
In Year 9
nein.
Season 3, all
Oh,
console
nein.
players will receive
Oh,
one
nein.
free
Oh, nein.
competitive
Oh,
pack.
nein.
Move up
Oh,
the ranks,
nein. Oh,
get as many.
nein.
Starting in Year 9 Season 3, when you're waiting for your next match, whether it's in ranked, quick match,
Whoa,
or even a Siege
W
Cup,
change.
you'll be able to enter the shooting range,
W
stay warmed up,
change.
ready for your next match.
That's
Additionally,
W
we've also
change.
added a cover feature within the aiming lane. Now you can have covers pop up from the ground, dummies will hide behind them and take position as you try to eliminate them as you warm up your aim.
With every new season, the question arises, which operators will be targeted for balancing,
Oh,
and
nein.
how will they change?
Oh nein.
Game designer David Perpignan has all the answers, plus spoilers. It's Solis, Dokkaebi, and Nokk.
Ey, was soll das? Wer spoilert sowas?
The first pillar is
fuck?
the detection mechanic. Now Solis will use only the center of the screen to detect the gadgets, and those gadgets will be unidentified. You won't know what they are. The second pillar is the scanning or identification mechanic. Now we call it overclock, and once you trigger the overclock, your energy is refilled, and you'll be able to see every gadget in the center of the screen as identified. You'll know what they are. Aside from that,
that's good.
Solis will emit a warning to every observation tool in the enemy team within the range of detection, so they will know that you are overclocking and that you are seeing their gadgets. The third pillar is the energy access. Now Solis Spec IO will last longer and will require less energy to be activated while reloading. Also, these new changes give us more balancing levers that will help us adjust Solis in the future.
Also es ist quasi ein Nerf-Buff.
Can
Also es ist
generate a
kein
lot of
richtiger
pressure
Nerf-Nerf,
in
es ist
defenders,
beides.
Specifically at the beginning of the round.
Okay.
That's why we're taking a look to the resource management in her ability. Now Dokka will start with 0 charges at the beginning of the round and will get one every 45 seconds, but only up to 2 per round.
Oh, ein Call weniger, ne?
And
Das ist aber
sometimes
trotzdem strong.
with little effort from
Oder
the
mit einem
players.
Call weniger.
We are aware
Ja,
of
das war
this
jetzt ein Gedanke
and
von mir, ich weiß es
we
gerade
will
nicht.
take a look at it
Hatte
in
immer
the
2, ist aber
future,
trotzdem ein
being
guter
part
Change.
of
Ein wirklich sehr
bigger
guter
changes for
Change.
the game. So Nokk is receiving a buff. We think that camera scrubbing and intel deception is how stealth should look in Rainbow, and that's what Nokk does. The changes we are making are affecting how Nokk's ability consumes energy. Instead of being time-based, they will be action-based. That means that some actions like walking won't consume any of your energy, but if you sprint or shoot, your energy will be consumed. These changes aim to make Nokk more patient. We want Nokk to be better at watching
durch die ganze Map crouchen und wirst nicht gesehen von Kameras.
We want them to feel like there's a monster in the house. Nokk and Smokes.
Du kannst durch die ganze...
Oh
mein Gott, die FNG bekommt einen Buff!
When you're shooting at longer distances, specifically when you're using magnified scopes. The objective of these changes is to improve the player perception of those operators while keeping the frustrations away.
It's now time to talk about the new operator, Skopos.
Alright.
This Greek
Das ist gar nicht so crazy. Bruder, erste Frage zu einem Operator, du fragst, ob wir würden. Ja. Der Operator ist auch übergeil, die Waffe ist überkrank.
That's because what Skopos brings to the field is not one, but two remotely controlled robotic operators. These shells, named Talos and Colossus, make up the V10 Pantheon system. At any given moment, one of Skopos' shells will be in an active state, where it functions like an operator, while the other remains in an idle state, where it functions like a powerful piece of defensive utility.
Ich find's ultra geil.
Skopos' control allows her to swap the states of these shells, quickly delivering offensive or defensive power where it's needed most. Skopos' active shell works much like any other operator. It can move, shoot, and use gadgets. It's also Skopos' primary lifeline. If a shell is destroyed while it's active, Kyurie's link is severed, and she's functionally dead for the rest of the round. 2 bodies does not mean 2 lives. Meanwhile, Skopos' idle shell will take on a defensive posture, deploying an integrated shield that functions much like a deployable shield secondary gadget. While in this state, the idle shell can be used as an observation tool by Kyurie and her allies. Additionally, Skopos can access her idle shell's camera directly at any time with the gadget button. While Skopos is looking through her idle shell's camera, she'll have the option to swap shells.
That's geil.
Activating the swap sequence will put her active shell into idle mode and put her idle shell into active mode. The only catch is that the active shell needs to be in a position where it can deploy its shield to perform the swap. Skopos' HUD has an indicator that'll make this easier. In fact, Skopos' HUD will display plenty of useful information about both shells, including whether the idle shell is under attack or being affected by an EMP. Skopos is bringing a brand new gun to Siege, the PCX-33 assault rifle.
Digga, die ist übergeil.
Kyurie may not be bringing a sniper rifle into
Digga,
battle,
die ist
but
so
make
crazy.
no mistake. Her shells are still packing some serious firepower.
40 Schaden mit verlängerten Lauf.
Deadly, and heavily customizable, making it a versatile tool for a versatile
Kein
defender.
ACOG. Es
For
gibt
a
kein ACOG,
sidearm,
Chat. Kein
Skopos
ACOG.
carries a P229,
Gibt kein ACOG.
a throwback to Kyrie's days in the Greek Special Forces.
Kein
Skopos
ACOG.
also has access to secondary gadgets. These are shared between her 2 shells. Her first option is impact grenades, a great choice to maximize her mobility and roaming potential.
Oder?
Alternatively, Skopos can bring proximity alarms. These synergize great with her idle shell,
Geil.
helping her know exactly the right time to take action.
Real Talk.
The Pantheon shells
Ich weiß ganz genau, dass richtig viele Leute auf Twitter oder so wieder richtig dumm haten werden, aber ich finde den Operator wirklich eine sehr, sehr gute Idee.
Unique nature. The first interaction you might wonder about is EMPs in gadgets that target electronic devices, like IQ.
Jetzt.
While Skopos' shells are electronic, the active shell has an active countermeasure that protects it from anti-electronic effects. It won't completely stop them, but it will prevent Skopos' active shell from being fully disabled by an EMP. This protection doesn't extend to the idle shell, however. Disabling effects will prevent Skopos from using the camera and swap features. Skopos' greatest counter is Dokkaebi. The hacker's calls are a threat to any roamer, but they also block Skopos' strongest escape plan. Additionally, Dokkaebi's universal hack can give her team access to the idle shell's camera. Brava's Clutch drone can overheat Skopos' idle shell. However, this takes a while and gives Kyurie a warning on her HUD. If she's fast enough, Skopos can swap to activate her countermeasures and prevent the overheat. In addition to being an electronic gadget, Skopos' idle shell's shield can be destroyed with explosives and similar effects, leaving the idle shell exposed for an easy kill. The glass can also be shattered, preventing allies from fully benefiting from its utility. A well-placed ash charge, frag grenade, or florist drone can make quick work of an undefended idle shell. Being made of metal, Skopos' shells can't benefit from healing effects. Dock's stims, Thunderbird's Kona stations, and Rook's armor won't help the shells. They also can't get put in a down state, and they don't breathe, meaning they're immune to toxic effects like smoke and Fenrir. That last fact can open the floor to some aggressive combos.
Ja, okay. Boah, W-Aim. Tschüss, was macht der? Ja, okay, die Dokkaebi toter
Skopos is
Gegner,
designed to
Digga,
embody the
tot.
key aspects of human
Alter, was war das
gathering
denn?
and
Digga, stell dir vor, du
keeping a
bist
close
im
eye on her
Gunfight
test
und wechselst
server
auf den
and
Roboter.
throughout the
Ich bin
And
Loki
that's
wirklich
the
hyped
full
drauf, eigentlich.
rundown for Operation Twin Shells, which is hitting the season test server
Elite Skin?
tomorrow. Jump in and see how Skopos, Talus,
Elite
and
Skin?
Colossus change the way you defend the
Hypers?
site. And as always, remember to report issues you encounter while playing to R6Fix for a chance to earn a tidy reward for your efforts. Now, don't leave just yet, because we've got one more thing for you.
Ja?
It's Jaeger in
Na! Was? Tschüss. Tschüss. Wer ist er? Bruder, wen feindet er da gerade? Seine Dämonen, Alter? Bruder, wen feindet er da gerade? Bruder, da ist keiner. Er ist schizophren. Schere. Aber schaut geil aus. Schaut geil aus. Mal wieder ein Ding, den ich mir holen werde wahrscheinlich. Okay, das hätten sie, glaube ich, geiler machen können. Aber ist geil. Ist W. Bekomme ich den Skin, ist die Frage.